Hello. Just waiting for it to load up. I think I'm coming live anyway, it says it. Anyone there? Hello? I can't see me. Oh, there I am. You can tell I'm rubbish with this technology malarkey on Facebook. Give me a comment if you can see me. Just wait a few minutes or seconds even before I start. Hi, Kylie. Can you see me okay? Just waiting for see if any more's coming on. Feel like I'm going to get spun around by Miss Trunchbull at any minute. All right, I think we'd better start. How is everyone doing? What have you been up to for World Book Day? We went to the library and did like a word hunt, and then we drew pictures of the words we found. So like rainbow, mushroom. We had monkey. I'm trying to think what else we had. Rabbits. Yeah, there's all a link there to all the other self-publishing authors. So 25 years old, World Book Day. That's like crackers because it's like quarter of a century. And I was like 7 when it started. So yeah, work out my age from that. So it's my first year as an author. I do that because it still doesn't feel real. Is anyone dressed up? They sent the kids to school in anything? Hannah went in her pajamas because it's kind of like the whole school was in pajamas, and then they got to like cozy up with a book, which is lush. Anyway, if you don't know me by now, oh hi Alexa, I'm Catherine, and my main role is as a registered childminder, early years educator. I'm a mum of 2 girls, and basically, I feel like I became an author by accident. I didn't really have a plan in my head of what I was going to write, and it was during, obviously, when COVID first came, and the government said basically all early year settings, nursery schools, and that had to shut because it was like the unknown. Um, and to be honest, obviously, I was just at home because nobody dared go out. We didn't know if it was in the air or like touching on surfaces and things like that. It was just crackers. So we just basically stayed in a lot. And we were in the garden. It was about, I think it was April time. And I was bored to death. Like, I know that sounds so bizarre because you shouldn't really be bored if, you've been working all the time and this is like the only proper break you're getting. But I was. And I was just sat there and was just looking around and taking in all the like sunshine and just looking at all the flowers starting to bloom basically because spring was here. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, we don't take the time to like look up and open our eyes and appreciate what nature can bring us. Um, and also like even man-made creations, like maybe it's just the way my mind works, but we don't kind of like go, oh, I wonder what it'd be like to be a shoe, or I wonder what it'd be like to be a flower. But it did at that point in time. So it was rather strange, but that's kind of like the book title. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be things, to be objects, to be man-made creations, to be a dream? You know what I mean? So it basically came from that. Um, I'm just going to check the comments quickly before I move on to the next thing. Alexa, you are your mushroom scarf. That's class. I need to go back and watch yours because obviously I was working, so I missed it. Anyone else? Ah, Kylie. I kept that under wraps, clearly. But now you know, the secret's out. Hi, Holly, how are you? You had a busy day? So, I'm not really a natural at this live malarkey, so I have got notes. So if I keep looking down, I'm sorry. So let me just double check what I'm going to say next. So yeah, obviously hi Stephen, that's the backstory of how the idea for the story came about. But obviously while I was just thinking of things like that, I was like, well, how can I make this appealing to children? Obviously rhyme and repetition is great to capture children's attention and imagination. And it also works really well for the listening skills. Because they're like, whoa, that sounds funny, which is brilliant, and like helps their ability to recall information, which is like the whole repetitive. In the book, it's got like a repetitive phrase of "Have you ever wondered?" So it's like nice and easy, so that they can join in with the story basically as they go along. I keep saying story, but it's more. It is a story, but it's also more like a wondrous poem that it's going to be set out like. And then it's got two endings, two alternative endings. So it's got like a bedtime ending, which you obviously read, and then you can obviously have a nice calm wind down to bed. And then it's also got like a open-ended question, like a discussion ending. So you can get to choose which one you want to do at that time, depending on your circumstances, which is good. And obviously alongside that, there's lush images, like proper whimsical, proper magical, that Kylie has done for me. And she's just totally worked her artistic magic on it, and it's just amazing. Um, and I think I showed you a couple of them before. But my printer's playing up at the minute. It's not printing out the blue properly. So what I'll do is I'll put a couple of the photos of the images in the comment section of this once the live finishes. What else is there? Oh yeah. So as well as all of that lovely stuff, there's actually like a bonus challenge in the book, and it's like find the question marks which are hidden in amongst the images. So that's like just a nice little extra, I think. And obviously it makes the book last a bit longer and more worthwhile. So yeah, that's talking about the book. And what I wanted to move on to was basically explain children's curiosity and where it comes from, and how you, as a grown up, parents, carers, teachers, other childminders, nursery staff, the whole shebang, you like how you can help foster that curiosity. So when a child is born, they have like a natural, innate curiosity. Um, and the way they go about that curiosity is through their five senses. So you've obviously got your sight, your taste, your smell, your touch, and I forgot the other one. Anyone help me? Sight, taste, hearing, your ears. Just been talking about listening skills. So yeah, that's how they explore and how they be curious about things, and that's basically like how they see the magic in things. When we grow up, we kind of lose that ability to do so. And what you need to do is you need to get down to your child's level and like ask them questions and describe what they're seeing and what they're doing. Just go with it basically. If they think a stick's a wand, for example, then just go with that. Oh, Holly, printers are just a nightmare. Just it's going to cost me, right? It'll be like £160 for a new printer or £100 for a new I think it's called like a print head or something. And I just haven't decided what I'm going to do about it. It's a bit of a nightmare at the minute. But yes, it is going to be magical. So what can you do as a grown-up to foster your child's curiosity? it basically helps to understand their world around them. Like, we take it for granted, like, we know what things do, we know how they work. A child doesn't. So when they're like going over and tinkering, that's them experimenting with the way things work. And you can help them by basically reading them stories on different situations. Like, they might already know some things from certain stories, but introducing new stories to them is like a brilliant way. So, as like Jodie's books, that they help with emotions. Holly's book, Imogen and the Mind Monkeys, that's going to help with mindfulness and calmness. Kylie's is just fantastic for imagination, like with all the little mushrooms popping up everywhere. Absolutely gorgeous. Lisa's Roundabout Rabbits. That's just, I love the alliteration of that title. It's just going to be amazing. I know it is. So, as a child develops that imagination and that curiosity, it also helps them with positive well-being, like that they can understand their own emotions and that they can express them. And by using that imagination, they can act out, they can role play. And it's just perfect really for them as they get older to be able to like self-regulate. Got off topic now, I think. Let me check. So yeah, you as the parent and the grown up are the doorway, because you're providing the opportunity to learn. You're sharing their interest with them. So in my book, where it has the questions of various objects, your child's discovering what it could be like to be with them or to act as that object, which obviously develops their abstract thinking as well. Hi, Geordie. Covering you in stickers. That's fab. What stickers? Hopefully the monster stickers. Okay, so it's a book. So my book, Have You Ever Wondered What It's Like, is a book that's to be enjoyed together, really. Because there is going to be certain words in there that your child probably won't know what they mean. And it's an opportunity, like that whole fostering curiosity and you being the doorway. It's a chance for you to explain what those words might mean and to obviously explain that situation. And because you're sharing it together, I thought it's the perfect bedtime book as well. Because basically, sleep is really, really important for a child's development. And the reason for that is it affects everything, like all other areas of development as well. Because lack of sleep, as you know, even as an adult, can make us like really cranky. And for a child that doesn't have that self-regulation yet, doesn't know how to handle their emotions, like sleep deprivation makes that like twice as bad. So it can affect a personal, social, and emotional development in a child, as well as the physical health. Helps us feel refreshed the next day. Lets us have the energy to complete tasks. So the book is basically has a bedtime ending, to create a relaxed, calming bedtime routine. And also, research has proven that when you're reading physical books to children, well, even as an adult, really, it improves sleep quality, and provides a mindful way to drift off because basically your cortisol levels in your brain are decreasing. And that's what gives you that like lush, like drifting off feeling. So yeah, that's one of the bonus points of the book. Have you ever wondered what it's like? So I am going to read the book to you, but I wanted to let you know my main tip for if you wanted to like become an author or you were thinking about getting into that like kind of line of work. And it was basically to have a book plan in your head, and then once it's in your head and you've got the ideas, put it down on paper. And Alexa Whitten actually has a book herself. It's got like a template of the book plan in already, and so it really, really is a massive help. And it's called How to Create a Picture Storybook, and that's available on Alexa's website, The Book Refinery. I'm sure she can put a link in the comments because she's here. So yeah, that's like huge, because that kind of lets you decide where you want the pictures to be in line with the text. Basically what you want, like important factors that you want to put into your book. So for instance, when I said about the question mark challenge, like hiding them within the images, I've written on to Kylie what pages I want them to go on. And it's just organisation, really. It's key. So having a book plan is definitely a top tip. Let me just check if there was anything else I wanted to say before I read you the story. I think that was everything. Oh yes, so I did put a vote out about which ending people wanted to hear, and they did choose the bedtime one, so that's the one I'll be reading. And you can pre-order a signed copy on www.thewondrouskind.com. And don't forget to check out other authors on the magical world of Mushroom Marvellous. And just share away, because that's obviously how we're going to get out there. And it is like so hard to have your name out there and have your work, because we're not getting, like, we're self-publishing. So we'll be honest, we don't have the money to kind of like spend on massive marketing. As like with a traditionalist publisher, you'd basically, it's like a 1 in a million chance of you being picked and they'd pay for everything for you. So yeah, by sharing away on social media, talking to your friends about it, and just that's like a massive way to help. So yes, I shall read the story now. Who's excited? Have a look. Love hearts, love it. Like that. Okay, so everyone got their ears switched on. So it is on paper because it's not printed yet. Illustrations are still being finalised. So I'm going to crack the whip on Kylie. Okay, so here it goes. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a cloud? Dangling in the sky above, it simply floats around. I wonder, could we sit on it? Perhaps we might fall through. Or would we get rolled up in it and come out covered in goo? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be in space? Twinkling stars in the dark, it must be really is. I wonder, would we need a torch, since stars are very bright? And would we want a picnic to see us through the night? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be bright ink, flowing gently from a pen with words to make us think? I wonder if we'd write a tale about an abandoned ship, or would we suffer with writer's block, give up, and have a kip? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a tyre? Rubber zooming round and round on tarmac or through mire. I wonder if we'd be in luck and end up on a lorry. Perhaps we'd get to haul out rocks in a deep and dusty quarry. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a teddy? Lots of cuddles every day, enough to feel quite heady. I wonder if we'd come to life when our owner goes to school. And would we talk in teddy speak? That would be really cool. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a shoe? Pounding pavements, slow and fast, and standing in a queue. I wonder, would we like it, being worn every single day? Or would we get quite uppity and want to walk away? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a croc? Peering eyes and chomping jaws, lying beneath the dock. I wonder, would we brush our teeth or get a manicure? We'd take pride in our dinosaur roots. Of that, I'm very sure. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a bubble? Born from soapy liquid and some water in a bottle. I wonder if we'd feel the pop when a finger reaches out. Perhaps we'd find our voice and then, shoo, get off, we would shout. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a pillow? Laying on by a sleepy head, the breathing soft and low. I wonder if we'd lose our filling when pillow fights commence. And would we get to choose our shape? That would be immense. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a dream? Imagination whirling round under the moon's pale beam. I wonder if our dreams have dreams. I think perhaps they might. Let's snuggle up tightly and find out. It's time for sleep. Good night. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's like the first time that the story has been read out in full. So I really, really, really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. For some reason, I think the comments have stopped. I don't know if it's just me and technology again or what. Let me see. Oh, Laura, it definitely is. Oh, Susan, thank you so much. Geordie, thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. All right. Thank you so much for being here and for listening. Take care. Bye.